So, I've somehow managed to overlook this. Good times. Hey people, I'm Terios and today we will be having another exposition dump via Mayor of Town. Because we got the first month thing and yeah. Thing found. Yeah, one of the 7 magical flavored muffins. That's such a dumb thing to be legendary. The world is in grave danger, you don't say. Yeah, and eating that would probably make Jerry explode or something. Or maybe infuse him with immense power and make him go Super Saiyan? I don't know, that would probably be a thing that would happen. But they just wanna go home. And can't handle responsibility. Alright, Southwest has answers. Alright then. Well, that was not really an exposition dump, but whatever. Anyway, didn't we get a skill point? Yes, now we have 4 skill points, which means... Alright, we can decrease even more consumption with spirit techniques and increase the spirit recharge rate. That's all useful because, well, yeah, spamming mental extraction is pretty useful. Anyway, now that we've cleared what we cleared, this little place showed up. Now, this is a extra stage, it's completely optional, but this kind of stage is harder than usual, but in the end you get quite a lot of upgrades and whatnot, so it's super worth it to do it. I mean, eventually, if they're too hard for you, you can always keep going and clear a stage or another, and then come back with your newfound levels and maybe powers or stuff. Anyway, yeah, now I can pretty much spam mental extraction forever and that will end everybody. By the way, I was considering whether it was worth it to use Brave Mode here, but I can just end everybody without any issue, and we already got a piece of heart. Alright, and now I think this will be the last room. It's pretty long compared to the sort of stuff we usually deal with, but as long as you don't get hit too often, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, and there's also lava, which will be bad if you fall into it too often. Anyway, let's just keep going, and I gotta remember it's not exactly that worth it to ignore the enemies because they give out experience. Experience is good and helpful. And now this place might be an issue with all the paratroopas and podables and whatnot, but in the end it should be slightly okay. By the way, standing on the bullet bill launchers is usually a safe place to be, so try to be... What? We can't jump through those platforms? That's weird. And, well, to be fair, that's also consistent with the weird rules about Mario stuff. By the way, we're seeing an egregious example of cutoff up there. That's just hideous. Yeah, wow. Wait, but... Huh, I thought there would be some dialogue pointing that out. I'm surprised that didn't happen. By the way, dealing with that it's as easy as... Oh. And by the way, you can just spam mental extraction if you have enough energy. And we are pretty much at the end of disaster stage. It really wasn't very long. And we also get a sword beat, which increases physical attack and Oh, I think that might be worth equipping. Okay, physical attack, physical defense. Wait. Okay, I have physical defense right now. You know, physical attack is always good. By the way, did we buy everything we could have bought in Toad Town? No, we didn't. We have new stuff. It's gone now because we bought it. Good times. Alright, now that we are done with this, time to get on with the new place, the Dark Depths, also known as Castlevania Zone. Alright, and Jeremy's getting a little bit of an idea what's happening. Okay. Oh yeah, he already knows what enemy type is gonna show up. Bats, of course! The most infamous Castlevania enemy. Alright, weak to wind and crippled by water. Alright. Yeah, easy stuff. Oh, and wait, were there two bats? Because I swiped at him once and that gave me experience. I'm confused. Anyway, here's a skeleton. Okay, fire downwards. Easy stuff. Ooh, bones to go through walls. Alright then, and there's no comments, it's just a skeleton. Alright then. Jeremy is speaking the truth. What kind of person would defend Castlevania 2 this hard? Honestly, I can't understand it. Okay, and here's Skeleton Dragons? Aren't these guys called Bone Pillars? Anyway, it's the story of Travesty. It's bound to have wrong enemy names. Anyway, Jeremy kinda recommends scribbling this guy, but it really isn't the best thing to do for... well, because the jump strike isn't exactly the most easy thing to handle, and it's probably going to get you hurt more than anything. Anyway, that was weird, but that's how you get that chest. And we got some gummy bears, which thankfully in a virtual world should not give out the usual effects. Wait, no, those are only the sugarless ones. Oh, by the way, this binary index indicates that we get elemental defense when we have an element that... You mean the Metroid Fusion door? Okay, yeah, it does. Yeah, so say you are in a place with a lot of lava, just equip fire and you take less damage. By the way, I've spotted a typo there, shameful. Alright, now we're being attacked by skeletons and it's not a big deal, especially since we got a level key that makes stuff easier for us. Not exactly that much easier, but ooh, that's oil. Let's just blow this guy up, yeah. And I forgot how good those oil things were. I wish there were a little bit more of it. By the way, as you've noticed, each candle gives us 3 XP. I'm not sure whether it really adds up, so I won't be having too much of an effort to kill the candles. That would just make us take way too much time. By the way, one thing that should be pointed out is that when you attack enemies with your standard attacks, you recover a little bit of spirit energy, so you gotta keep that in mind and switch between spirit attacks and regular attacks to be able to attack as often as possible. Now, yeah, which kind of annoying enemy? Medusa heads, which in this game shouldn't be really a problem since, well, really, it's just a problem in Castlevania because you have limited mobility. But this is Distorted Travesty, where you have a lot of mobility. Anyway, revolt would be useful, but it's not like this place is hard or anything. It's just, I don't know, spam stuff and everything will die. Anyway, oh, now let's scan this Medusa head before I forget it. Yeah, weak to fire fused, full swing. Anyway, funny that even enemies that really shouldn't have cripple points because crippling them is kind of pointless, have cripple points. That's, I don't know, attention to detail question mark? That's probably not the best way to describe that, but anyway, that's probably the place that's gonna kill you in this room if you get hit by a Medusa head, but I've cleared that. It wasn't very hard. Alright, wait. Oh, there's a muffin in this area. Oh, it's down to the west. And now we've just announced our presence. No, to be fair, the guy to the right is staring right at us, so yeah. And now he knows we have the muffin. And he thinks we stole it. I don't know, we beat a boss, that gives us the rightful right to own the muffin. Alright, and now he's adding power to that, and that thing becomes something else entirely. Alright. And it has... oh, now it's possessed by the darkness. Yeah. Seeing him in Arnold? Huh. You're mentioning the actual guy, not the torso, right? Alright. Contact damage. Bunch of attacks. Alright, can be tough. You can dash. Alright, when it tosses its body around the room, it's vulnerable to being crippled. And it's crippled by Rock Smash. But we didn't have the TM. Alright. From Glynug. What game is that? Anyway. I remember this guy being weak to wind or something? No, it's certainly not weak to wind. Anyway. Now this guy is, if I remember, extremely easy. You just gotta jump up and spam a lot and he'll be dead before you know it. And by the way, when you're bouncing upwards like that, you don't really need to hold the jump button. You just you just gotta spam really hard. And he's pretty much dead just like that. Wow, that was a complete pushover. It was easier than freaking Dark Mind. Muffins to the west. And yeah, that's our lead to get out. Alrighty then. Well, I mean, there's easy mode, but easy mode doesn't really protect you from bottomless pits and stuff. Unless it has extra platforms, in which case, yeah, it does, but anyway, this is still not the easiest game for beginners or people that don't play platformers. Alright, now I'm just gonna ignore most of the enemies here because really, what's the point? They're just there to slow us down, and we're just here to unlock the... oh wait, the door that's at the very first room here. And I'm pretty sure this is the very first room, so yeah, this place really isn't the longest. I mean, this part of this place isn't really the longest. Alright, and we just touch it, and here we go. Now we are getting into more Metroidvania stuff. Alright, Willy Knight, crippled by Earth. Oh, wow, that's pretty easy to deal with. Just cripple them and... okay, maybe not the easiest thing to deal with because they have a decent amount of health, but still you can just dash through them and attack them from behind and what? Wow. Man, if an armor has a spear and all it does is walk towards you, it's kinda disappointing. Alright, crippled by downwards water strikes and he's weak to water. Maybe the water rusts them. Alright then, let's not use wind against them. That's usually not a very wise thing to do. Alright then, and here's a free skill point out of nowhere. I'm just gonna get it and accept it. By the way, how many skill points? Oh, we have 3 skill points. Now, let me see here. Oh, increasing spiritual charge rate, I will have it. By the way, that heart, it's super hidden. I wonder how I'm going to get it. Jeez, I got it. That was silly. Anyway, this guy is dead. Good times. Alright, when you learn new abilities. Alright, thank you. That's usually the sort of stuff that happens when you're playing a Metroidvania. I mean, this isn't the most traditional Metroidvania ever, but it kind of is. Alright then. To be fair, crippling that guy does make a big difference. Now, let's just ignore those and wait, there's stuff down there that isn't a zone transition. It probably means this place, yeah, has a thing, such as internets. Just 70, but you know, internets, it's always good to have them. Even if it's not at a good speed. Okay, and now I'm frozen me there. Oh, someone else is hacking to this area. Alright, and apparently he's pretty good. Oh, so that guy is responsible for whatever is happening here. And if you didn't notice it yet, yeah, you're gonna die if you touch those. Basically, those parts of the room are fake. Completely. Alright, let's play safe and... Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of ignore this guy. And by ignore, I mean crash into him repeatedly. That works. And... interesting how the light here... Oh, the light indicates which places have holes in them. Oh, so... it's fair either way. And now we just got new abilities out of nowhere. Oh, and he knows that because he cheated. Right, and he explains how to use stuff here. Anyway, switching abilities isn't really the most... I don't know, good? Isn't the best way it should be because you have to use the menu to switch them, but anyway, you got Earthshift here. It's pretty much an extra platform and is unbelievably useful to get us stuff. And Zephyr is also useful to make us jump longer distances because it's pretty much wind at demand. And it can be also useful to hinder some enemies in some situations. Anyway, yeah, it really isn't worth crippling those guys because it's too easy to tap in a direction and then you're just careening towards the hole and the enemy and you get hit, and usually that's bad. Alright, now let's just use Earthshift, and that is that. Now let's just move on with the things and stuff. Alright then. This room should be almost done with, and here you go. Now this place is pretty much a maze, but first things first, let's get this skill point that's barely hidden there. Alright, but this place, while being a maze, is kinda simple regardless, so you can just keep switching around from door to door, but anyway, yeah, there had to be one of those places in Castlevania-inspired place. Now, let's not get hit here, because that would mean our instant death. And would you look at that, we just grabbed a bunch of upgrades and also more skill points. Now we are able to increase damage. That's not the most useful thing, but decreasing spirit consumption with spirit techniques, that's unbelievably useful. But now that we've got that, it should be super easy to spam mental extraction to kill enemies. Anyway, that is the order of doors you gotta go to clear that. There isn't really too many combinations you could go through, so if you just trial and error for a few seconds, that should be enough to get through. By the way, I did not intend on going back there. That was a complete accident. That was kinda meaningless regardless, but well, that was that place. And now that we are done with that place, we have gotten an ability that leads us to places that we can go now, because as you remember, there were places that we couldn't get to because we couldn't jump as high, but now that we have a stepping stone on demand, we can get there. First things first, let's go here. Alright, and this takes us to a good old platforming place with the mid. Oh, that's a mistake. That was silly. Anyway, how about we hit the correct blocks? Yeah, that wasn't very. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why I couldn't get the thing in the first time I jumped, but I'm not gonna complain. I've just screwed myself over. Alright, now how about we don't screw ourselves over this time? Alright, let's just keep hopping along here, and there we go. And of course we gotta go fast, because otherwise the auto scroll's gonna kill us, and usually that's not a good thing. Wait. Okay, man, that's pretty much the first and only time I feel like donut blocks should fall faster. Alright, here we go again. This time let's do this the right way. The right way being just freaking go and use mental reaction to correct yourself if you're in a weird angle. Anyway, this gives us a heart, which is always useful, and a chest with the stun bead, which increases stun times on enemies, which is, to be honest, really helpful. Anyway, that's not the complete entirety of things we're left to have here on Donut Plains, because as you can see, we can get up here now and shift out of that, and this gives us a heart. Good stuff. And there's also this place here with the clouds, which might take us to a skill point. Always helpful. And now that we're done with that, I think that's pretty much it for this place. And it sure is. Alright, now we also have a bunch of stuff. Actually, we do have a bunch of stuff we can grab here now on Ruby Mountains. It still won't be 100% as far as I'm concerned, but... Wait, will it be 100%? Maybe. Let us see. Alright, first things first, we can get up here now. But to do that, we can't just use our shift here. We also have to use Zephyr, because, well, that was terrible. We also need to use Zephyr because that takes the stepping stone a little bit forward, and I know I can do this. It isn't even that hard. Come on. Okay, this might actually be impossible. I'm gonna try a couple of times. Oh, actually, we didn't even need Zephyr. Good times. Alright, let's just keep using Earth Shift, but I'm kinda worried about my spirit level here, which is why I'm gonna wait a bit. and then I waited a bit. It was very boring. But here is the place we need Zephyr for. Yup, time to do it again later. Whoa, that took way too freaking long, and I'm not even sure why, and I didn't even need to have Zephyr. Anyway, we're here, and now we have no abilities, but this is just a straightforward Mega Man Spikefall. You just gotta maneuver yourself or die instantly, but anyway, this gives you a bunch of skill points, which is always useful. And now we are completely out of any sort of powers, but that shouldn't be a problem for a while. Anyway, should I be going in this direction? Don't I have a more direct way? I certainly do, because as you remember, there was a internet chest that I had ignored in the past. We're now going back to get that one. It shouldn't be too long. Especially since now we don't need to awkwardly use mental extraction to go a little bit higher as our main way of going there. But I'm still gonna use that as the way to go up there because that should... Anyway, that's dumb. Ooh. Dumb and also impossible right now. Alright, we're here. You really didn't need to see me do that janky thing a second time. And now it's time for us to die a couple times while I attempt to... Whoops! That was a mistake. While I attempt to get to that internet chest. But in the end, it shouldn't be too hard. Yay! And that's how you get to internet. Anyway, this should be pretty much it as far as we have collectibles. Yep, that is it. And in the next episode, we're going to the vegetable garden with Kirby enemies and whatnot. See you next time.